if we could all just take a brief second, a brief moment to look and see that I actually did my hair today. Like, what? No ponytail? No crazy little flyaways? I know. Do you see these dogs laying amongst the eyeshadow palettes? Like, I can't be the only one who feels a little awkward doing glamour shots, right? Like, ooh. Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Ashley, and today, girl, I dug back into the makeup archives of my collection to bring you products that I haven't used in a really long damn time. When you amass such a large amount of makeup, you forget that you have stuff. You forget really good products that are just hanging out in your drawers. So today I wanted to be a little thrifty and kind of, use some more of my collection. I just really wanted to give other products a chance because I feel like a lot of times when you come across a certain concealer or foundation or whatever, you get really into using just that and you forget about good stuff that you also used before. So this video is jam-packed with new products that you have not seen me use before. Hallelujah, praise the Lord. How many times can a girl use Tarte Shape Tape in a video? But I had a lot of fun putting this face on today. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to me if you haven't yet, and I will see you at the end of the video. Alright, so I'm trying to think of what eye palette I want to use for my eyes because I have a lot that I haven't used in like a hot minute. I've used the Kylie palette I think a few times on this channel. I've been using Modern Renaissance a bit more lately, so I don't want to do that. Naked 3, I don't really want to use mauve shades today. I use this one all the freaking time, so I'm not doing it today. I did the Morphe 35R, maybe the 350. This baby's been dug into. I also have Naked 1, but nah. I've got Naked 2, but again, I never really loved the Naked palettes. I think the original Naked palette was probably my first eyeshadow palette ever. Ooh, you know what could be interesting? Yeah, this is what I'm gonna use. I just pulled out the Lorac Pro Palette. I have probably had this for at least 4 or 5 years. Like, I think I got it when it first came out. Alright, so because I have no idea what I'm going to do on my eyes, I am going to do my eyes first. So that way, if I do end up getting any fallout, I can just get rid of it before I do my face. Another thing to note is that the Lorac shadows are extremely soft. So they have a lot of kickback and they will have a lot of fallout if you are not careful. I'm going to go into this palette and I think I'm going to start with the color Taupe, which is the only one I've actually hit pan on. I'm taking my Sigma E35, which I've kind of like fallen in love with again lately, and I'm just going to apply this into my crease. So just like the lightest little tap, and then like you can still see powder comes off. So after that, we are really going to just keep these next few shades directly in the crease. We're just trying to really deepen that socket. So I'm going to go into Sable, just right here. I'm taking this shade Sable on I believe this is the Chanel 12 brush. I use it in like every video I ever filmed, and yet I don't believe they sell it anymore, so I'm sorry. I have to say, guys, I'm about to give up on dating altogether. I'm currently in like a very confusing and annoying thing with somebody, and it seriously has me questioning, like, I know that what's going on isn't what I ultimately want, but I'm still in it anyways. Like, technically I'm single, but my heart isn't. Like, I'm gonna go into Espresso with the MAC 217. So I guess it's like annoying because obviously if I'm seeing somebody, I want it to be just, us, especially after a lot of like time and effort put into it. I just feel like I'm ready for a relationship again, like I'm really there, I'm all in it with this person. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, well, if you guys are not in the same place right now, then now is not your time. I believe that everything happens for a reason, and that if you're meant to be with somebody, like, you will end up together. So I'm thinking, like, you know, maybe this just isn't our time. Like, I just feel like when it comes to me and this guy, it's never our time. I feel like we kind of had to fight to be like where we are now, and it took a long time, and it was just a lot, but finally it seems like we're doing what we should be doing in terms of each other, and like, maybe it's just not our timing. Well, I know what I should do and what would ultimately like do me the best in my life, but at the same time, like, I just don't want to start over with anybody new, you know, mostly because I know that like who I'm with right now and the relationship we have is spectacular, and I think it's everything that I've secretly wanted from us like all this time. And yet I don't know if that's just me being selfish and like not wanting to try with somebody else, but I just don't think I'm ready to try with anybody else. So I guess I'm just kind of lost on that, and that's been bringing me a lot of unconscious grief. Like, I don't consciously think about it very much, but just in like the back of my head, I think there's always like some kind of little loop playing, like, what's going on, what's gonna happen. And then it doesn't help that we don't live in the same place currently. Even when we'll be living closer soon, it's still 2 hours away, so it's really not that bad. But I don't know if I can do long distance. Like, I just don't know if I'm cut out for it. So even just like talking to a recording device right now about this is like bringing up things that are just making me wonder, like, why am I doing this? I don't know, it could just be the distance. So I'm just gonna like blend these shades onto my lid a bit more. I'm just using that MAC 217 with no new product on it, but there may be a little bit left of espresso on there, the darkest shade. Honestly though, I do really love these eyeshadows because as basic as those browns are, I think it's hard to find like all three of those in one palette. So I applaud Lorac for that. I am just gonna throw on my Lash Paradise mascara because this has been my favorite one lately. Funny story, I was babysitting the other night and the lashes that I was wearing were driving me crazy. I just wanted to take them off, but I think that was the first day I had worn them, so I didn't want to just throw them in my purse or throw them away. Like, I wanted to conserve them because you can use lashes like a million times if you're really good about maintaining them. So I was like, how do I find a way to keep these in my purse without getting like smashed and up? So I remembered that because I went to San Francisco earlier in July, I had used a new like package of earbuds from Apple, and I knew that I still had the container in my purse because I'm a pack rat, and this is how this came about. Boom, baby. These are a lash style that I was obsessed with earlier this year, I believe. They are the Eylure Krazy Ray Ray lash, and it's in the Define style. Alright, so that lash was kind of just a real to me. Rude. Let's hope Mr. Right Eye here isn't so rude as Mr. Left Eye. What the I was honestly just about to start talking about how lashes are hard at first, but eventually you get them both on the first time and it's so nice. And then I'm sitting here like, this lash, it's making my eye look crazy. Okay, that's fine. I'm over it. I'm over my lashes so hard today. So I pulled this baby out of my collection yesterday and was like, no, I thought I had given it to somebody because I didn't think I liked it. But this is the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. It's oil-free and has an SPF 15 in it. This is one of those very viral, super hyped up and like loved primers in the beauty community. So this product has been out for probably close to 10 years. I just set my primer with the RCMA Original No Color Powder. This has been a total lifesaver lately. I love this powder. I did come up with a old foundation that I used to love, so I'm gonna mix it up. Oh, I should probably tell you what it is. This is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus Oil-Free Water Resistant Foundation. I purchased this senior year of high school for the first time, and I think I really liked it. It was right before graduation because I knew that graduation was going to be really hot and long, and that I need a foundation that would stay on my face all day. So I bought that for the first time, and I've bought like multiple bottles of it since, so that's where that came from. But again, just other foundations came along, so I forgot about it. And I'm going to mix it with just a drop of my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. I know I've only mentioned this foundation like 8,000 times, but it gives that first foundation a little more color, because I think the foundation from Makeup Forever is a little too pasty for me right now. So upon my initial like application of this foundation, I was just like, holy crap, this is so thick. Like, it is a thick foundation. It's very close to like wearing a mask when I'm wearing foundation. So I am going to use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, which is not new. I use this in like every video, every makeup look ever. I think that baking your face with a loose translucent powder in combination with this foundation and concealer is such a great match. Like, everything stays very matte and very like unmoved and unhinged for a long time. Alright, so I just did my brows. We're gonna continue to bake this face a little bit. I like for it to really sit on my face for like 10 to 15 minutes to really get its cook on. I've yet to figure out which highlighter I want to use, but I think I'm gonna start by trying to contour my face with the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Okay. Huh, that's really pretty. Cool. Obviously, we aren't digging the double chin look ever. So let's contour that jaw. Alright, now to bronze, I'm going to be using the MAC Bronzing Powder in Refined Golden. I believe this has been around in my collection for about 4 years now, too. For blush today, I thought I would go with a more affordable brand who does really great products. This is from Makeup Revolution. It's the Matte Lush, and this is in the shade Nude. Looks a little something like this. They do have a bit of kickback when you put your brush in the pan, but these are so pigmented that you really do need to be careful. Get some on your brush, tap the hell out of it, and then apply then with a very light hand too. The fact that I can apply a $5 blush that well is like very good. To start off my highlighter, I want to use a product that isn't old. It's kind of new. These are the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops in the shade Moonlight. It has a little, what are these called? Little dropper. And it's an intensely pigmented liquid highlight, obviously. So all you really need to do, and I found this the best technique over like putting it on your hand, just dot a few little dots on your cheek, straight from the dropper. Don't grab any excess, just use what is on the dropper. And then blend it out. I like to use my finger, and if I get too out of control with it, I bring in the beauty blender. The drops are expensive. Cover FX as a brand is expensive, so if you can get yourself a little sample of it first to try, I would definitely recommend doing so. I may go into this Anastasia Sundipped Glow Kit. I'm just mixing together the two lighter shades in the palette, Summer and Moonstone. Ooh, girl. I'm gonna take it on my little finger as well to go down the bridge of my nose. Little dot down here. I still do the exclamation point highlight on my nose. I'm gonna go back into my Lorac Pro Palette and just finish off my eyes. I'm taking my flat definer brush, which is just a little flat eyeshadow brush into the deepest shade we used, Espresso, and just touching this very lightly on the outer part of my eye. I'm gonna use all the same shades, just kind of in like a backwards order, so that we start with the darkest and go to the lightest, and it like fades out into a pretty shade by the time we get to like the edge of our lash line. So then I'm gonna go into Sable, the second darkest brown. And this is my pencil brush from Sigma. And then using the largest of blending brushes for my bottom lash line, this is the Sigma E25. It's easily a dupe for the MAC 217. It's just not as soft and like fluffy, but still does the job. I'm just going to take that lightest shade of brown, Taupe, and now I'm just applying mascara to those lashes as well. I am just looking for a tiny bit of color on my cheeks, just like a little pop right through here. So I'm going to use the Clinique Cheek Pop Blush Pop in the shade 13, Rosy Pop. How many times can you possibly say pop in one item description? Come on, Clinique. Looks like this. These blushes are adorable. A lot of times after like majority of my makeup's on, I like to just kind of look at myself and be like, do I need to balance anything else out? So that was kind of perfect right there. So to start by lining my lips, I'm gonna use this lip pencil that I used to use a lot of, obviously. This is the NYX, lip liner pencil. Really difficult name, Ashley, come on. For the sake of the video, we're not done yet. I could everything up with this color. This is the Revlon Ultra HD Matte Lip Color, and this is in the shade Embrace. I think if you're looking for a full, intense, opaque, matte liquid lipstick, this is not gonna be the product for you. It almost feels kind of glossy too. It's just a very interesting lip product. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I think the color makes my teeth look a little yellow. Not my favorite. I am gonna be throwing a gloss over everything right now. I mentioned this in my last video, which I was very excited about. This is the Dose of Colors Desi by Katy Over the Top Lip Gloss. I have just been very curious to try this over different combinations and to see the best way to wear it. Alright guys, that brings us to the end of this video. I am pleasantly surprised with most of the stuff I used. I think the only thing that was like disappointing at all was that Revlon matte lipstick. Just because it's not really matte, it's a little more peach than I want it to be. It's not very opaque. It's just kind of, to me, an odd product, but I think the lip gloss really like stepped it up a notch, and it kind of like made up for that Revlon product. I also think that the foundation from Makeup Forever does amazing things for any kind of uneven texture I have on my cheeks mostly and my forehead. So I'm like, God bless you, Makeup Forever. Everything else I really enjoyed getting back into, and I definitely think I'm going to leave these products on my little table for the next time I put on makeup, so tomorrow probably. If you guys have any comments, questions, anything you would like to talk about, please leave them in the comments below. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you have not yet watched my last few videos, they will be linked right here along with my face here. So you can click on it and subscribe to my channel, because guess what? It's free, and then you get to see more of my face. I know you're excited. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you next time.